I love it when it's fat and spicy.
This is Phat and Spicy.
Fat and spicy, motherfucker.
Fat and spicy.
It's another Phat and Spicy.
So you want me to say fat and spicy? Fuck that. I'm out here.
Fuck Phat and Spicy.
Dude, we're mega superstars, bro.
To the old lady I cut off at the light, I am sorry, but you were too slow.
Have you seen Werewolf Labs, man?
One of my captains, he was like, Sheriff, we seen a werewolf. I thought he was crazy. What werewolf are you talking about? And then he started acting crazy a little bit. You know what? I think you're 5150. I'm gonna put you on administrative leave. You go to the hospital.
Sounds like you've been smelling what we've been smoking.
Look, if there's a mayor, I want to be it.
Right?
Hey,
I know.
I'm for mayor.
Eating nothing but roaches and, mind you, fingers. I just love fingers.
Chicken fingers?
No, homeless people's fingers.
Are you still messing around with women who are taken?
All right.
Oh my God! Say it ain't so. The viewers are in awe.
Okay, but you know what? Everybody has a past.
Question for Josh: how did you learn to be a developer for 5M, and how would you recommend a beginner starting?
I've got a background in the IT space for a long time. There were a lot of things that I could kind of grasp, like coding and stuff, but I'm not deep in certain areas as I would like to be. But I would say, the best way to start anything in life, doesn't matter what it is to just jump head first into it.
What is roleplay?
It's a place where I can escape personal trouble that I have going on in my real life. I come here and I RP because it's a place that I can come and be somebody other than myself, other than the guy that gets up and goes to work every morning.
For me, it's a place where I can come build characters outside of ourselves, try to promote interactions with other people. What I do love is when people take the time to turn around and have interactions, meaningful interactions. Even if it's just a few words, those few words can mean a lot.
This is Phat and Spicy, the podcast brought to you in city, out of city. I'm Phat.
And I'm Spicy.
And this is the Phat and Spicy Show.
Episode 75.
Oh yeah,
Growing, baby. We're doing
that's
it.
the voice of an angel, if I ever heard one dying.
Dying, yes, indeed. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing all right, man. How you been? Oh, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, especially after last week's episode. That was a horrible little time we went through, but gotta say, man, we come out better, stronger, bigger.
I don't know, man. I still have some pent up and undischarged resentment that I need to get out, but we're not going to do it on this episode because that's a
Well,
whole
you should
RP
have went to the
thing.
bathroom like I did before we started the show.
Oh, I
Guys,
got
that
my
was
darts out,
all
baby.
in character, okay?
I don't know. He was starting to get a little personal. It felt like, man.
I don't know. You take some cheap shots.
Well, if I got you a nice cabin. Wait, you bought the MRO. You got us a nice cabin. That's your fault then.
Let's not confuse in character for OOC, guys.
We've been doing this for so long, the lines have blended by far.
Yeah, I don't think we know what reality is anymore.
I don't.
No, I mean, right? No, but guys, welcome back to another episode of Phat and Spicy. Today we are sitting here with the best guest ever, Spicy himself.
Here I am, baby.
And this is episode what?
75.
75.
Episode
75.
75.
75, man. That's 75 episodes of us sitting here and just doing this back to back consistently.
And we still don't like each other.
No, I can't stand your guts.
It's about
Jesus,
time.
dude. Every time I hear your voice, it's like, I can't keep it up. I can't keep it up. I love No, dude, for 75 episodes, you and I have got to sit here and just be absolute schmucks and give some good RP and have some great shows and have some mediocre shows and have some stuff that we'd like to take back. But in the end, dude, I think we've grown exponentially since we've started.
Yeah, no, bro. I mean, come on, dude. I think at 75 episodes, we have to grow in some way. And I know you're growing, in the podcastery. I think I'm growing out, like as far as the sides. Definitely a couple pounds.
You sure have.
Fuck you, man.
We got to talk about that spare tire, homeboy.
It's one big muscle.
Yeah,
one
right.
big ab. One single ab.
Let's not talk about that muscle.
Pause. No, it is Touching Chilies. We can do whatever we want on Touching Chilies. That's right. Tell us about your muscle, Jacob.
Oh my God. That's sick.
that six
Doug.
pack you got going on, man.
The only
Oh
six
man.
pack he's got is in his fridge.
No, I drank once with the 5-pack.
It's a five
Oh.
It's a
pack.
5-pack, man.
No, guys, no, but definitely, guys, we definitely have a lot of new stuff that we're adding. Guys, if you don't know, we're actually multi-streaming now. We're streaming to YouTube, we're streaming to Kick, we're streaming to Twitch. So, guys, follow us, and we'll be everywhere. You'll hear this voice in many places. So, we're hopefully going to be able to get some of those streamers from those GTA servers now. With these, because everybody has their own little platforms they share on. So I'm hoping that
Favorites.
we can actually, you said what?
They're favorites. The
Oh, yeah.
favorite, their favorite server, their
Yeah,
favorite
but some of the,
platform. Yeah,
some
yeah.
of them are partners. Some of them have contracts. And hopefully, this kind of just broadens the horizon for us.
I don't even think that they call
today,
them like the actual names. They say like the green team, or like the red team, or the purple team.
is that what they do?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I. Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day, and they're like, "Are you team green?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?"
Spicy's team green.
Turtles.
He's like,
yeah, a different category.
He's like, "Where do you stream?" And I said, "Oh, I stream on Twitch." He goes, "Oh, you're purple." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, I see. I get it. I get the okay because Kick's color is green. I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is that. I mean, I feel like it's gonna always be the. It's always gonna be kind of like a pick your battle kind of thing, Hey, so, anyways, but no, like I said, guys, we have a couple of new interesting things that are going to be happening with the show. We actually, if you guys notice the wheel in the back, we're going to be introducing the wheel here with you guys going to be able to redeem and ask questions with your points to put
That's right.
on the wheel. So what we'll do
got
is we'll
two
have
wheels.
a segment. Yeah, we have two wheels. Yeah. So like I said, we'll be able to. I'll add the option in later where you guys can redeem your points and decide what goes on the wheel. And when we have guests on here, even when we don't have guests, you guys will be able to ask those questions, or they'll be. I guess the wheel will ask the question. But
Yeah, the wheel knows all, dude.
You'll have a
Yeah, but
mini
you're-
little sound alert to know when it's going to happen.
yeah,
Nice.
So like, we're definitely trying to do what we can to keep you guys as entertained as possible. Spicy.
Not easy.
I
Yep.
know you just recently interviewed somebody.
I
For
did.
the behind the pint. How'd that
Yeah,
go?
man. I've got a couple in the bank right now. I've got I did one with Mr. Russell, and he and I sat down and had a nice long chat about his life in the military. It was absolutely fascinating. That one is actually up on YouTube right now. You guys can go check that out on the Fat and Spicy channel. It's Behind the Pint with Russell. And this weekend, I had the opportunity to sit down with the one and only Shaggy, Shaggy Sadler,
Nice.
and we talked out of character for a good long while. We had a really great chat. He's an amazing dude out of character. I mean, he's great in character too, but he's something else when you actually get to know him and see the person behind the screen. And I think that's
Yeah.
something that
I can't lie.
that
I think I'm actually jealous of you to actually get to know these people on that deep of a level, man. It's
all you got to do is listen to the show and you'll have all the
Yeah, you're
information
getting to
too, bro,
know him
Chacho.
too.
no. I know. But to be able to
And
sit there,
there is. And if you want to,
somebody says, question for laws, how many boyfriends have you had? I mean, does that include me and Spicy? That's two right there.
that's two right there. That's all you need. You just need me and
What is
Jacob,
it,
man.
a
We're good.
throuple?
No, she's our producer. Jesus, dude.
It's a love triangle.
It's already a toxic relationship.
Yeah, dude. No, but no, back to the show. Yeah, and then I know you have a I don't know if you want to spill the beans, yes, but I'm looking forward to hearing this one.
Yeah, I've got another one lined up for actually tomorrow. I'm going to do the interview. That one's probably going to be about 2 weeks out, maybe a little bit longer, depending on the pacing and editing schedule that I can put together. But I'll give you a clue for those of you who may or may not know. He went by the illustrious name of Absolute. So he will be on Behind the Pint here coming up real soon. Keep your eyes open to the YouTube channel for that. And guys, thank you so much for liking and subscribing those episodes. Those episodes, it means a lot to me. It really does.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. You're definitely putting a lot of hard work out there, and I appreciate it more than anything. You know, and the Fat and Spicy Studios appreciates you going out there and branching off.
It's like you said, man, it's a labor of passion, right? I get to go out there and talk to these guys and like Shaggy, if you want a little behind the baseball, I always do a little pre-interview with everybody. So we sit down for about 45 minutes before the show and just talk, get to know each other. That way when I hit record, we're already buds, we're already comfortable and talking. And you learn a lot about people. And something that I mentioned on that show that's coming up with Shaggy that I always like to say is don't forget that there's people on the other sides of those screens, guys. We talk about that in depth. That's a big part of the show. So, guys, tune in, listen. It's a great show. He's funny as ever. He's super shaggy. Check it out.
Is that how you build
awesome
all your
guys.
questions? You just kind of like do you ever go in with questions that you already know what you want to ask certain people, or do you just come up with the
That's
questions?
exactly how he goes in.
So, to be honest, I have kind of like a standard form questionnaire that I have. So if the conversations start to veer off one way or another and I need to put them back on track, I will start asking these questions to get us back into our timeline because it goes from being a kid all the way up to present. Tell me about your life. Tell me about everything that happened.
Right,
I want to know about your mom. I want to know what your dad did for a living. How was that relationship? Were your parents and you close? Blah 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 blah. So, but honestly, it's the pre-interview that gets to me the most because that's where I can really get a personality feel for the person, know where they're coming from, how they're feeling about that topic, whether they're apprehensive, excited to talk about it, blah blah blah. And then I write my real questions off of that, off of the pre-interview. Absolutely. I've and again, some behind the scenes, I've said, "Hey, let's save that story for the show," but I will write down that that's where this is going to fit in this timeline. So I can, when we
right.
get to that point in the timeline, I can always refer to that and kind of hint at that story if they need a refresher. Um, a lot of times, like the interview with Yusuf, he just kind of knew where to put it in there after the pre-interview.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I feel like, I mean, you should see the stack of papers that sit beside Spicy before the pod. I mean, if there's anybody that's organized, it's this guy right here. Versus
I
me, I come
use,
in, shoes untied, and I'm late.
but that's part of it, bro. Like, look at me. So I use those white and black composition books. I've got 4 of them sitting next to me. One for RP, one for Behind the Pint, one for the Fat and Spicy show, and then just one with random computer shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I got beside me? I got some coupons from Kroger's from grocery shopping. I got my phone. I got my keyboard cleaner and my wallet.
There you go. What do I got sitting around me? Let me take a look.
Some
So
water. That's it.
I've got my bongos. I've got an
Oh man.
ashtray, my pack
Of
of Camels,
course.
a phone, a beer, and my 2
Okay,
laptops and my
I'll tell
computer.
you one of the craziest things that I do have sitting beside me. I do have a 4-leaf clover in a little
Oh,
jar. Uh, I have it's a little doll. I guess you're supposed to color the eyes whenever you make a wish. I haven't
one
did
of
it
those
yet.
Asian, the
Yeah,
round
yeah,
things you
yeah, yeah,
can't tip
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the world's smallest violin.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's a
Can you
it's a
can you
little
play
prop
something for us?
violin.
Yeah,
It
play
doesn't
us a
actually
tune.
play. I've tried it.
Oh,
And last but not least, I have music stress balls or whatever the little
those little jingly balls.
yeah, these little things
Oh,
you like to
So I've seen those in like tier 1 imports, like decorations for your home, but I've also
uh
seen them in those less than savory adult shops. So I don't know exactly what those are for.
multiple things, guys. Multiple things.
I guess. I'm just out of the loop when it
Oh
For
comes to
god,
home
stress
man.
and to
accessories, I
relieve
guess.
stress.
There you go. The feng shui and its finest.
Don't lose those, right?
No, don't lose
No, but
those.
I'm excited to see to show the guys how the wheel's gonna work. Can we show them how the wheel's gonna work?
Yeah, can we see it, Lois?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. Let me pull it
Let's
up. You
each
guys
take a
let's just
keep
say
question off
talking,
of it,
and I
Patsy.
will. I'll get it running. You
let's
guys
just
just keep rolling with
You
what
want
you
to do that?
got.
You want to each take a question off of it?
yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do one question and we'll all answer it. How about that? Um,
Sure.
but what server is this? This is actually the Fat and Spicy private server here, which
Yep, we
is
come in
going
here to
to
podcast.
be yeah. If you guys haven't heard or weren't here for the interview where I talked about the city that I was working on, this is that city. where it's going to be a strictly a prison-based RP server. So I'll release the name later. That way we will start accepting applications later on. Hopefully the timeline that I'm putting on myself to get this ready is probably going to be sometime in November.
I was going to ask when you
but
had an idea of when you're going to open.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot for either October, November.
Like Halloween,
year.
Thanksgiving, between that
Yeah.
kind of time frame.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So it is gonna be a just like I said, a strictly based prison RP server. There is no city there. I mean, obviously there's a city, you can see it, but there's
Obviously,
nothing
there's
out
a
there.
city. No, the
Yeah.
only thing you'll find out there is the Fat and Spicy studio, which is locked anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, guys, this is where we're at. So we use it as a base of home for operations, So hopefully, once we get everything running, we'll be able to have our peers come here, create their characters, even import their characters, and sit down and do their RP with us here, or the interviews here in the actual official Fat and Spicy studios MLO.
I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. I know you've been working so hard on this. I keep seeing the little updates in the channel. I'm super stoked for this. I can't wait.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely like I said, with somebody who has no, I mean zero, idea of what they're doing. It's definitely been something that I've had to overcome. And learning a little
How
bit
many
about
how many times have you broken the server?
uh, three times
Three.
so far, but it's been a month since I
Uh-huh.
broke it last, where I had to delete everything. But so we're
Oh,
gradually
look,
getting better.
our click to spin is
Yeah.
working. There it is.
Oh, here it is. Here's the wheel, guys. So this is what it's going to look like. You'll be able to
Let me pull it
redeem
back
those
up
for
because you
points.
guys were still talking, so I dropped it back down.
Oh
There
yeah,
we go.
you're fine.
We'll bring it. Yeah. Let's
So
see it.
this is
I love that.
This is what it's going to look like here. You'll be able to redeem your points. Obviously we're going to have to give it up there. Put it up there.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Points. Figure out a good place to put it. You'll be able to redeem that. We'll hear a little sound on the cue. What's the sound going to be?
Can you play it for us, Loz?
I sure can.
Let's hear it.
Oh, you know what? I
think it's
closed.
like I think it's like a newborn baby crying.
No, God, no.
Pig squealing. No.
Please no.
No. Let me just.
I'm just joking. But what is going to happen is it's going to have a lot of different questions on there. Some going to be a little more controversial than others, and we'll call it the Wheel of Curiosity.
The Wheel of
How about
Curiosity.
call it the Wonder Wheel?
The Wonder Wheel. I like that. You're my Wonder Wheel.
Play Wonderwall.
I couldn't help it, bro. But yeah,
You sound just like Oasis.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe like a dying Oasis, like a drought.
Yeah, I want to put
Can
you
you
on an
spin it?
Oasis out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, I
Spin
can
it for us,
spin it.
Laws.
This is the sound. I don't know. I'm still working on
Here's
the
a
sound,
question.
guys. Oh, you guys can't hear that. Hold on one second.
I heard it.
You heard
They
it?
might have heard it. I heard it, but I don't know if they heard it.
You sound just like Oasis.
Yeah, we heard it. Yeah, it's like a.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
I heard
the
it.
sound. So far.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and
We're
spin
still
it. Spin
playing with
it.
Spin it, spin it, spin it.
We never said these shows are perfect, but we have a lot of fun, and thanks you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all you guys that watch us just being idiots on the air.
Darkest
Yeah,
bedtime story for a child is what this was supposed to be.
Okay.
If we were to create the
If you
darkest
were to
bedtime story
create-
for a
yeah.
child to like give them nightmares,
Oh, the Tooth Fairy, dude. Rip every bone out of your head while you're sleeping. Right?
Jesus.
Put your pillow under the tooth.
I think for me would be the eyes that watch you from the closet.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
You know, the
guys have
ones-
never heard of the thing with green eyes, have you?
The what with green eyes? Isn't that
The
you?
thing with
Whenever you
green
just get
eyes.
super bongoed out.
Broski, I had a babysitter when I was a kid, and she was 17, neighbor lady, and she'd come over and watch me when my folks wanted to go out. And she would always tell me, keep your blinds closed and stay in bed. Otherwise, the thing with the green eyes will be watching you. And I
Do you
swear
live
to
in
God,
the
to this
Appalachian
day,
Mountains?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
that's all she said. To this day, I will be like downstairs in my office where I am right now, getting ready to finish the show,
And
turn all
you'll
the
close
lights
the
off,
blinds.
and I swear to God, I'll close the blinds and I'll just walk upstairs, won't look at the window because I swear to God, the thing with the green eyes is looking at me. Don't know what it is. Don't even know what it looks like in my imagination. I just see those green fucking eyes.
Have you ever seen the thing with
She
green
ruined
eyes?
me for life. I've never seen the thing with green eyes. No, but other times in my nightmares and
So
imagination.
let me tell you let me
Years,
touch base with
Rotor.
this a little bit, okay? I'll tell you a little nice childhood story. Um godly. So I'm laughing about it. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? Anyways,
Go for it.
so my mom, when we were growing up, um, when we would not go to sleep, we would like be bad or whatever, and she would literally go outside of our house and like scratch on our window.
No.
Yeah, and
No, you
to
can't
like
do that
bang
to a
on it.
kid, dude.
That's so
That's
wrong.
okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'll tell you more of that. Okay, it's not even the worst part about it. Okay,
It's not the worst part. Scaring the
no,
shit
it's
out
not
of
the
your
worst
kids.
part. It's not. That's not the worst part. All right, the worst part was what she would do. She would go, and we would hear her like you would hear the footsteps come across from the other side of the house, other side of the trailer, and then it would stop, and the door would creak open, and she would crawl on her hands and knees into the room, and then she would literally pull our feet.
What?
Yeah, and
That's not cool.
she would pull our feet, and she would make like this weird noise. She call our names out, this weird like Jenga, you know, like it's fucking.
Jeez.
Fuck out of
Was your
it.
mom?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. She's not like that anymore, obviously. But let's just say
Obviously.
my mom had to deal with some of her own demons growing up. And yeah, to this day, bro, I cannot sleep with my feet outside the blanket. These bitches are tucked in the blanket. Wrap them up. So yeah, how about that?
Wow. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I've never had family members fuck with me while I'm sleeping. Not like that.
Yeah, dude, that's good stuff, right?
My brother
I
used
But
to
I
guess
said,
torment
so.
me as a child.
You're who?
Torment my brother. He used to torment me as a child. Like tell me things like cuz like we watched it when I was super little and he would
I was
say
about to
like
say that was another one that bathroom scene, that shower scene.
yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
would tell me that he'd be careful in the shower because it's going to come out of the drain. And I'm like scared to death here. No.
Let me tell you what my neighbors did. Like the guys. So we were over there. And they told me like when you grow up, you know, when you grow up in a Mexican household, you know, you always hear about the weird things that happen in Mexico, you know, witches and brujas and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, and ghosts, llorona, you know, and we have all these things, you know, that we talk about. So growing up, I would hear these stories, and I think one of the craziest stories they would tell me, aside from like the llorona or la lechuza, was
What?
the crying lady or the owl. Uh, what was the one they told me is? Do you guys remember Elmira from the Looney Tunes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From where?
So
Yeah,
they
Elmira.
told you know
Looney
the one that
Tunes.
went, I'm gonna love him and hug him and squeeze him forever and
Tiny
ever.
Toon
Oh yeah,
Adventures. It was
yeah,
Tiny
yeah,
Toons.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um, and they told me that she had got out in Mexico, and there was like a demon version of her
Oh
going
my
around
god.
and kidnapping kids, and she was spotted here in America. And I was
What?
like, I think I was like 9 or 10.
Jeez. Hey
And
Jacob, if you're
that
not good,
shit's
Dora's gonna come and get you in the night.
that
I
it
thought you
just
were
scared me
into
because
the
you know she
goth
had that
women.
because you know she had that
Yeah,
like
right?
that skull on her head and like on
You
her
were
bow.
into the goth
Yeah.
women though. Is this where this developed? Like you had this fear as a child, and then now you're
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
the goth women are so hot now.
Did
No,
touching
no, I
chilies
don't, I don't,
become
I don't,
into a
I don't
therapy
know.
session for Jacob?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't think Almira is goth. She's just a
I don't know.
weird
She used to
little
hug
girl.
those things to death.
She reminds me of like Sid from like Toy Story.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
true.
evil.
That's true.
He's just like a really messed up child.
Were
But
you
no,
guys were
like
you
you know,
guys like terrible children when you were little, or were you like a
No,
good child?
no.
I was actually a pretty good kid. I just had a lot of people around me that weren't so nice growing up. My
Yeah.
family wasn't the most wholesome. How I came out of it with a wife and 3 kids and a stable job and a mortgage, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you decided to break the mold, right?
Right.
I did, absolutely, I did. I gotta say this though before I forget. Just silly stories when you were a kid. You were talking about like your grandma or your mom scratching on the window. I used to live with my grandma. I lived there for a year while my parents went through a thing, and I lived with my cousin, who was 2 years younger than me. We won't say his name. And I remember one night we couldn't sleep, and grandma was very strict. Like we would get in trouble for getting out of bed and doing stuff. So I remember that my cousin had to go to the bathroom real bad, number two. And he's like, I got to go real bad. And I was like, you better not hold it too long. He goes, why? And dude, I don't know where this came from, why I said it. And to this day, it might not be funny to you, but it makes me giggle. I said, well, if you hold it too long, your butt cheeks will hatch and little chicks will come out.
What?
I was in the 3rd grade. He was in the 1st. We laughed about that for 45 minutes. Grandma came in and got mad at us for giggling all night about it. Just something. So I don't know why you say shit like that when you're a kid. I was like, yeah, if you hold it too long, your butt cheeks will hatch and little chicks will come out.
Oh my god,
Talking
that kind
about
of
fucked
reminds
up
me of.
things our parents did. I remember, so we lived down in Oklahoma and we lived on top of this hill that was like so many feet from being an actual mountain, right? And there were stories of devil worshippers that lived up in the hills somewhere in these fucking hilly mountain woods areas. And my mom one night took us up there, up to this road. She's like, we're gonna go find these people. And I was like, no, we're not.
Wait, what?
No, why are you gonna
What?
go look for trouble?
Oh god, we're gonna go find these people.
Mm-mm.
She tells me that like me and my brother were just talking about it last time, and he was like here a couple weeks ago. And she's telling me, she goes, that wasn't me that was driving. And I was like, what? She goes, no, that was a guy I was dating at the time. And I was like, what? I don't remember there being any guy there. I just remember it being you and my brother and myself. And I was hiding in the floorboard of the back seat, scared to death because they were going up this mountain and through these woods and shit. I was like, no thanks. Yeah.
Did you ever find anything? Did anybody jump
I
scares
don't
or anything
know.
like
I
that?
was in the floor. Okay.
I was
I
just,
was
that's not happening.
I don't know what happened. I was down on the floorboard, curled up into a ball. Like, let me not be here right now.
See, for as kooky as my family was
Disconnected.
they never really pulled shit like that on me. I can't think of any time that I was actually my babysitter with the thing with the green eyes. Like I said, that will haunt me until I'm 80 and die. And I'm sure when I'm on my deathbed, that's what's coming for me. But I never had a family member like play with my feet like Jacob's mom did, or take you out witch hunting like your mom did. No, 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 no.
Just tell you
You know,
random
well, the
stories.
green eyes thing though, it makes me think about this chick who's on TikTok, and she talks about like if you see eyes, and I could be like not saying the word right, Appalachian, or I don't know how people pronounce it. I just say
Appalachia, yeah.
Appalachian. And she said
Apparitions?
if you see these like eyes, like I guess there's like these red eyes, and some people have seen like purple eyes, but now I'm thinking about these green eyes. Like if you see these, like you just go to your window like you do. You go to your window, you close it, and act like you don't see anything, and you go upstairs. Or you
I
go to your
swear to God,
room
if
or
she's talking
whatever.
about the same thing and it's a real thing, I'm gonna shit my pants because that you didn't need to tell me that tonight, Laws. You didn't need to tell me that one fucking bit. Thank you so much for just freaking me. I got goosebumps right now. The hair on my arms is standing up because of God damn it.
They tell you
Thank
not
you.
to do a lot of things there.
So
Like
this
if you
has been a
hear
fun episode of
whistling.
Fat and Spicy. He's fat, I'm spicy. We'll see you next week. When I go puke.
They say like
Jeez.
also like if you hear whistling there, you're just supposed to like ignore it and pretend like it never happened. Like never whistle back, never say anything, never comment about it, nothing.
Well, wait a second. Wasn't it Jacob? Were you telling me that you had like a baby cry or like a thing like that? Like a shapeshiftery thing? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. That was me. That was when I was younger.
Like the
Go over that
wailing
one again.
baby or wailing woman or
Yeah,
something.
he was something. Go over that one again. I forgot about that.
Um, yeah. So okay, so I guess back then I was like 15, somewhere on there, and I swear like behind my uncle's house was like haunted, and we used to hear like noises and weird stuff out there all the time. You know, rustling in the bushes. crazy stuff. And then they said some guy was dead back there. And my brother's actually here. You remember that way? So what's up? Huh?
Well, you got somebody to attest to it right there. You should get him up on the microphone. Bring him up here.
Come here. Go here.
Oh, come here. Tell us the story, bro. Come on.
Tell him
Come
about
here,
the house.
Bubba.
But the house, there was something wrong with that house.
There was something wrong with the
shadow
house?
Figures walking through the house. So the day after my grandpa died, after the funeral, so I was laying down in the living room because we had all the family was staying there, and I see my grandpa walk from my grandma's room back to his room, and I walked by and I covered my eyes and I looked back again. I was like, nope, he's dead. I said, he's not here. He's dead. And he was walking through the hallways like nothing happened.
What?
There was another time Jacob was in the bathroom. Grandma's not dead. He just walked by right here.
Wait, you said that, Jacob?
Wow.
Yeah.
You see these people in your house?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was in my uncle's house. Well, my grandpa and grandma's house at the time.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I was one of the few people that actually saw my grandpa dead in his bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's traumatizing.
So, but
in
anyways,
itself.
like I said, it was I don't know
Yeah.
if it was traumatized. I think at the time I thought he was asleep. He wouldn't get up. And but behind the house, like I said, it was creepy. So like
Weird noises.
yeah.
Oh, the big owl. The big owl.
Yeah, the big owl. Yeah, and I was telling about the eyes. I seen the eyes, the glowing eyes. Man, that's crazy because you talking about glowing eyes. I seen glowing eyes in the woods. The red eyes.
See, I'm telling you, man.
So, anyways, I remember that time that we saw something in there was we were all drinking out there. It was me, Joe, my uncle, and I don't know who else was out there.
How old
But,
were you?
At that time, we were like 15, 16. And my
Okay.
uncle was back there drinking, and he was like, here's where we would sneak off and get a beer with my uncle and stuff.
Sure.
And I was drinking, and I was facing the woods, and he was facing me. We had a fire, and I remember I looked and I said, "What's that?" He said, "What?" I said, "What's that right there?" And I pointed into the woods, and it was like two red eyes looking, like just peering through the fucking. He said, "The fuck is that?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Oh, fuck that." And when he ran, I ran. Because he's
Really?
older than my uncle. Like, fuck that. I was
How
gone.
far away from you were the eyes?
I swear the house, it was like literally the only thing, like, it was probably 3 car lengths, like sideways, not long ways, but sideways, stacked like side by side.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Because we had cars, my uncle had cars in the backyard. But he also had like these two old, they're containers that you put on the back of semis, the big old containers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
trailers.
it was 2 trailers back there. They were in, but they had stuff in them. And you put storage and stuff in them. But beside that, to the left of those was the woods. And anyways, I guess it was one night. I was staying at my other uncle's house. They were neighbors. They were right beside each other. And at this time, I was probably like 18,
Mm-hmm.
17, 18. Well, the thing about my other uncle's is his washer machine and dryer was in a little outhouse in the back. He had a little storage house in the back.
Like a
That's where his
shed.
washer and dryer was out. Yeah. So I would go wash clothes at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, when everybody's asleep. And I would just go out there, walk out there. And we had a little chihuahua. Well, I don't want to say little because the bitch was stretched out from having so many kids. she was the street hoe. Anyways,
She
she
was a
had
town
like
pump for a dog.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, dude. I'm telling you, this little chihuahua, she started off so small, and by the end of it, she was a wiener dog. Just from having so many litters. Her name was Coco. And
Yeah, I bet it was.
anyway, yeah. So I go out there and I'm gonna go wash clothes, and I'm like, Coco. So she comes running up because Q would keep me company. That was you know what I'm saying? That's my protection. If anything happens, Coco gonna die first.
Right. She's like barking if she hears something too.
Yeah, exactly.
No. You don't get to do that. No. You said if something happens, she gets to die first. Don't make her a champion now. You put her up as a sacrifice, homie.
Wow.
But no, I've always believed that animals can see things we don't see,
Oh, of
Right, right. I
course.
agree.
So they can sense
Absolutely.
things that we don't. So that's why, that's why I kept her by me. Yeah, so I went out there and then, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, so around there. And I'm looking and like I'm walking out to go check on the clothes and she's there. I'm like, okay. So I'm walking out. And from the corner of those trailers in the woods, I hear like a whimpering, like almost like a puppy whimper, like "Mm." And I'm looking down at
How was
Coco and
that
she's
again?
looking up at me.
Yeah, do that
Huh?
sound again.
Like fucking, what? Whatever they fuck.
There it is. Clip that for the soundboard, Laws.
Shut
Yeah,
up, my
I
man.
got it.
Anyways, um, so she's looking at me and I'm looking at her and I'm like, bitch, you done had some puppies, you ain't tell nobody? Because most times we'll see her all fat, and she'll go into the house and something has puppies.
Mhm.
Like, why are they in the woods this time? And she's looking at me like, those ain't me.
Didn't do it this
And
time.
I'm like, what? So I'm hearing the noise and I'm walking. So I start walking towards her. Oh, come on, Coco. And I said, let's go find the puppies. And I'm walking closer. And as I get closer to the trailers, I get closer to the woods, it turns into a baby cry. Like a I said, oh hell no. I turned around, I ran back
Clipping
inside.
that
I said,
too?
Coco, come on. I said, Coco, get your ass in here. Huh? No, I took Coco inside. I'm gonna leave her out there with a demon.
Yeah, right.
So
But
I was like,
like
yeah,
Okay,
fuck
good.
that.
So
Fuck
legit
you're
the
went
not
from
clothes.
like an
sacrificing the dog. Okay, good. Okay.
no, he's not. But it went from a dog or a puppy or something into like a full like legit baby, like in
Yeah,
a
like a baby
nursery,
crying.
kind of
Like
crying.
a newborn baby crying.
I mean, what if it
Jesus
was just
Christ.
like a neighbor with a newborn baby or something?
Ain't no
Out for a
neighbors, it
walk.
was all wood.
Oh,
Oh,
I
maybe
would
it was
have
a
I would have
hillbilly living
I would
in the
actually have
woods.
dreams. I would actually have dreams about those woods where I was like being like almost like fast, like walking, like almost like phasing. I don't want to say like
yeah,
if I
but
was
how you
dash,
walk in
like if
dreams?
I was first person dashing into the woods, like
Sure.
going around trees and stuff. And in
Hmm.
those woods, I would always come upon this wooden house that was kind of like torn down, but it was still like they still had the doorway,
Right.
and it would be dark inside. But in my dreams, I would never go inside the house.
Did you have these dreams a lot, like often, of the
Yeah.
same house, same woods?
Mhm,
I've
mhm.
had those kind of dreams before too.
Yeah, like
So
it
I
was
was
almost
gonna
like
that.
something. Well, my uncle told me he pretty much told me that that there was always that he had something like a similar experience where he was following somebody into the woods and they disappeared on him.
Into the same woods.
Yeah,
Damn, that's not.
like he
That
said, he
is
saw a
weird.
guy walking through the backyard and he started chasing him. He's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" He said, "Hey," he thought he was stealing. He said he ran after him, and he said he just went into the woods and he was looking. He just disappeared. And he said it was like he didn't know where he was at. I was like, he just turned around and went back.
Yeah, that's not creepy one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's this video
I
game I
mean,
was watching the other day on TikTok. Somebody was playing it, and you have to. It starts you out where there's like all these dead bodies that you have to go find in the woods, and you have basically until dawn to find them. And there's all these like jump scares that come out and everything, but it was literally just him running through the woods in the dark trying to find these dead bodies.
what
It's
is it with
crazy.
you people and like loving horror and jump scares and
I don't
shit?
know you people. I don't fuck with that.
I don't like that crap one bit. I just don't. Like that doesn't
Like
interest me at all. I don't like horror.
I've had those
so
reoccurring
yeah.
dreams where like I've dreamt about the same house and the same like finding a hidden doorway or a hidden way to get to like the basement, and then when I get into the basement it's like just dark and gloomy, and it's been the same house every single time I've dreamt about it. And there was one time where there was like this tunnel in the basement that led to like this fiery hellish looking place. It was creepy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No more Thai food before dinner for you. So here's a question that I actually want to ask. It brings it up. Um, because I know for myself, when I dream at night, I have, of course, I'm always dreaming and blah, blah, blah. You're always different places. But do you guys have like I do? I have like, I don't know, it's almost like 4 or 5 locations where your dreams take place. Like mine are either in this one city, it's like either in this one big hotel, there's a casino, or I'm out there like in a pond. There's a certain lake, like kind of campy area, but I always seem to have dreams in these 4 locations more
That's
often than not.
it?
You guys have places like that?
No.
Yeah, I
I
only got
mean,
like
except
4 of
for
them.
like the reoccurring dreams of the same house and the same kind of thing. Like I remember the other night I had a dream about that I was this guy had found this like hidden door, and I said, "Hey, like I know I'm dreaming." In my dream, I'm telling him, "I know I'm dreaming right now. I just need to know if this is this in that house or whatever. Like if this is the house I already have dreamt about before, can you tell me?" It was so weird.
Oh shit.
That
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I've actually heard about like if you confront the people in your dream and tell them they're not real,
They get
start
what?
chasing you.
They get
Like,
mad? Is that what
yeah,
you
like
said?
if you go, like they get mad at you, like they so there's I don't know about like it's like a really angry, disgusted, evil face. And
Really? I don't need to see
yeah,
that.
so
No,
I
I've
read
never
it, and
done that.
there's like this whole forum. There's like if you even if you search, if you look on TikTok, there's like a whole bunch of it of people's accounts of them confronting the people in their dreams and telling them, "Hey, I know this is a dream. You know, I know this is a dream. I know you're not real." And like some people will say that they'll be like talking to like their sister or something, and or they'll be talking to random people. And one of them said, I think one of them I read, it was like she was talking to like her sister in her dream, and she was like, "Hey, I know this is a dream." And her sister,
Really?
she said her sister in her dream looked at her and said, "You know, you shouldn't say stuff like that around."
Oh shit. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's weird. No, I mean I've said to
So
people that I know I'm dreaming, but I've never said like I know you're not real. But I've
yeah,
said like I know this is a dream or I am.
What about
so
lucid
something, you know,
dreaming?
food for thought to do. You know, whatever you're in your dream, just tell me that.
No, that's not going to happen. Absolutely not. The last thing I need is more. No, I don't like to watch it on the screen. I don't want it in my head. Do you have you guys ever lucid dreamed like where you can control them? I've never done that.
Yeah.
You have. You've actually
Yeah.
controlled your dreams.
I think it has a lot to do with my overactive imagination.
How does that
The
work?
fact
Do
the fact that my
you
it's more or less it starts with you being conscious of it. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you know that it's not real, the fact that you know it's a dream.
have you been able to do this since you were a kid?
More my dreams when I was a kid were a little more darker. I had dreams of like
Okay.
people killing me and demons
Oh
chasing
shit.
me. Yeah, wow.
I have a lot of dreams
We're
where
gonna
I'm hanging
unpack
off
that
of something
later.
tall. Yeah, no shit.
We don't even unpack that. I know my brother said I always sit up in my sleep. I would sit up. Sleep.
Okay, that's creepy. Don't do that around me.
Oh, that is creepy. I used to date
don't
this
do that
guy.
anymore.
I used to date this guy in high school. Well, not yeah. It was like 2 years in high school, and then like 3 years out of high school, we moved in together after we graduated high school. And he had sleep apnea, so he would stop breathing when he slept, and it scared the living hell out of me all the time. So I
I
can't
bet.
imagine having someone sit up in their sleep. No, thank
No.
you. No.
I don't
No.
remember if one of my
That'd creep me
friends had
out.
told me or I read it as a story. I don't remember. But somebody told me that they really had like somebody had really bad they talk in their sleep
Mhm.
or they had like they would sleepwalk,
Uh-huh.
and then the girl that he went over to go see had warned him, you know, hey, you know, this is why I don't really invite people over, you know, and he was like,
Because he
no, it's
sleepwalks.
okay, I'm cool. Yeah, and then he was like, you know, I'll he said anyway, so they laid down and went to bed, and then she started doing it and she started talking. She was like, you know, you're gonna die.
Whoa.
And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I just wouldn't go sleep on the couch, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
I heard a story about that. Something about that, dude. There was this lady who I guess she was like really nice lady and she got murdered one night and they found her like under a pile of whatever, like the way the murder was all weird, but it was never solved. And cut to like 2 months later, there's this doctor and he has a wife and she's Filipino, I think, or they were the same nationality. Anyway, she just shoots up in bed and she's like in a weird voice, like, "This is my name. I was murdered," uh, and starts giving details. And the
Crazy.
husband's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, she's talking in her sleep." Well, it happens again like 2 weeks later, and she's like, "This is what's going on. You need to call the police. I was murdered." And he's like, "She's talking in her sleep." The next night, the wife like does the same thing where like she sits up in bed and she's like, pissed off in that voice. Why haven't you called the cops? You are not helping me. So he says, "Fuck it. Let's see what's going on here." He's reading the paper, and there's this case that he reads about the fucking murder thing, and the pieces kind of fit. This guy, this wife tells him details like they stole a necklace from me that I bought in this place. It looks just like this, and the guy's girlfriend is wearing it now. Sure as shit, they go and they check up on these leads. The wife's that girl is wearing the necklace. Because of details that this doctor's wife mentioned to the cops, they solved this fucking case. The guy ended up confessing, "Yeah, I killed her."
Crazy. Well, there, you
That's
know
wild.
that streamer Selena Spooky Boo, right?
I don't know her.
She always does like, well, she has a lot of different things. She's got some where she does like Amazon package reveals, and then she also has like some things where she goes to different places and talks to ghosts and different things like that. And she
Those
actually
peppers.
she got started, like she got famous, like stream famous or whatever, TikTok famous, because of her sleepwalking videos. And she had this video that she went to Salem and she talked to the psychic there, and the psychic was telling her how when she's sleepwalking and she's talking, she's actually talking to spirits. So like you telling me this and then no, like hearing that story too is super weird.
Yeah, no,
Dude.
I like to say I like to go in there and then look into a lot of that stuff, especially like uh when kids come and they're born and they start to recount these lives that they never had.
Yeah, that's
I
the one
saw
that
that
really
one.
creeps me out, right?
Yeah, I
Like, there's a
saw
boy
that
that was
one
a
So,
too.
pilot or something.
mm-hmm.
Like, he
And the fact that
remembers
he
the
knew
plane.
yeah, he knows the plane, how to fly, everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How
Like, how do you
creepy.
explain that? That's crazy.
There's
All you explain that except
no, sorry, go ahead.
I was
No,
gonna
no,
say
please.
beside recycled energy, like recycled
Yeah.
life.
That's what I've always believed.
There was a movie that came out that have forever ever tried to find, and I can't ever find it because I can't remember what it was. But it was about like this woman who had this like 3-year-old son, or it was a neighbor's son or something like that, and he was remembering
The
things
shower.
from her grandpa. Like he was saying, like, "I'm your grandpa," like this is
Forrest
my
Gump.
name.
Forrest Gump.
Something. Local vampire in our
Oh, that's
chat says,
crazy.
"I used to think everyone could control their dreams."
Oh, you can
No,
do it too? I'm jealous, man, because I tell you what, I
it's the
wouldn't.
same way that I used to think that everybody had that voice that they could hear themselves in their head.
I thought everybody. I can hear a voice
No,
in my
there's
head,
actually
like
there's
my
actually
own
a lot of
voice.
people who can't.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, there's
Like,
actually
when you
people who
think,
cannot hear anything in their head. They just think of the thought. That's it.
like dogs do, because I heard that like dogs think visually, not like we think. Like, I need to go to the store tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't have conversations with themselves.
Wow, that's crazy. I do.
Yeah, right. Well, are they crazy or are we crazy?
Yeah, apparently not everybody like Vampire
No,
said.
no,
Not
no,
everybody has an inner
not everybody has
monologue.
an inner
That's
monologue. Look it up. It's
crazy.
crazy.
Not everyone has.
It's actually like I think the majority of the population actually don't have
Really?
A
one.
majority?
Yeah.
No, I
I
don't
play
know
out
about that.
conversations in my head all the time, or like think conversations
I
that have
think that's a
happened,
common thing.
or like if I've been like, I have a friend that we talk through Discord all the time, just in text, and I will sometimes, if it
Yeah,
depending on the
look it
conversation,
up real
I'll
quick.
like,
Matter of fact, look that up real quick.
all right,
Look up and see does everybody have but yeah, dude, going back to that whole thing with the kids remembering, different what are your thoughts about deja vu?
Honestly, I've got two ways to think about it. One, sometimes your brain just does what your brain does. Um, it's like we are complex animals. There's 100 million watts of not really, but you know what I mean, of information flowing through our brain at once. Every once in a while, something's going to get fucked up and give you a moment. And I think that's your body just being like, oh shit, something got a little crossed there. Let's fix it. And you get that weird deja vu feeling. But the spicy side of me, hey man, really wants to say that if I had my wish of what it was, is they'd say that you're interacting with a parallel universe in a way that like that moment in both times matched up and you're feeling it. So I like to think that, but I just think it's something like a quick flood of a
So
chemical in your
I'm with
brain
you on
that
that
causes
second
that
one.
feeling. Hmm.
on the second
Parallel
one,
universe
where,
theory?
well, more or less time travel.
Time travel?
Mhm.
How's that?
Like let's say I was to go into the past, right? To go into the
Mhm.
past to change something that I did, but it didn't change the past of something you did. It didn't affect you, but we are still moving time forward. The that version of you is moving back again through the same energy field that was already once created, right? So in order to go back in time, I don't think you don't necessarily erase the current timeline more as you create a side timeline, right?
Okay.
So you couldn't because you can't erase.
No, you can't kill your but they said that
But
on
you can
either
go back and
timeline.
you can create an alternate route. And on
Yes.
that alternate right, let's just say it skips back a day or two, but it
Mhm.
doesn't affect you. So the current you, which is in that alternate universe, is reliving that moment, and then you end up doing what you had already done because it didn't
That's
affect you.
interesting.
So then you get that vision, you get that whole persona of, hey, I've done this before.
So
So
what?
it's
But
more
so
like
we're both on
what?
the same path, whether it's a time machine or a parallel universe. It's still
Mhm.
that is a moment where both realities interacted the same at the
Correct.
same time.
So what if you what if you could connect to all of the versions of you? So the only reason that you live in the past is because that's the one you're currently connected to.
Right.
But there's other versions of you
Well,
that
that
are
goes.
connected
Yeah.
to the
That's.
future versions.
Hmm. But are there future versions yet for choices that haven't been made?
I think we are like living in the past version of us. Why do you think we have deja vu? Because maybe somebody goes, and alters time in a different way.
So do you believe
I
it the
guess that's.
past can be changed, or do you think it's all like it
I
all
think there's a
leads to
way
the
to
same
connect
thing?
to the other yous.
Well, if you go into the
There was a
past, you're
story.
not going into
There was a
your past.
story
You're going
about
to a.
somebody that
Well, I'm
went
asking you.
under a cabinet in their house. I can't.
Wonder-
Um. Did you find that article though? Well,
I found a article on Bustle that has some TikToks on it. Here's what it's like to not have an internal monologue. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
What are they saying
Um,
that?
let's see here.
Can you not have an internal monologue? Like I
let's
said,
see
you'd
here.
have to see everything visually.
So, an internal monologue, as we all know, or maybe some of you guys might not know, it's a dialogue, narrative, or an inner voice. It refers to the thoughts that run through your brain. So, there's this clinical social worker who says having an inner monologue is like having a discussion with yourself inside your head. It includes you asking yourself questions, internally reacting to what people say, and reflecting on experiences. It also often coincides with vivid mental imagery, which can play out kind of like a movie. It's just, it's not just self talk. Let's see here what else it says. Folks with inner monologues might also talk to themselves out loud as a way to verbally process something, the words in their head
Yeah, a lot
as
of people
they
talk out loud.
re-entangle.
They
When
talk
you
out loud
don't,
because they don't have an inner monologue.
mm, it says when you don't have an inner monologue, there's no chatter in your head. It might show up sometimes, but for the most part, your mind is quiet. It can feel like you aren't thinking about anything. Instead of
Fuck, I wish.
experiencing instead of experiencing a voiceover or narration, you take in information but don't really think about it. A person without an
But
inner
there's
monologue isn't constantly
Mhm.
imagining their next move in their head. Instead, they just kind of do it.
Sounds
Well,
kind of
this is the guy right
psychopathic.
here. So this guy right here, it's on Quora. He says, "I just found out that other people have inner monologues, whereas I just have thoughts and feelings. Do you have an internal monologue? If so, what's it like? How common are they?" And this
Oh
person
yeah, I
says,
found that one
"No,
too.
like you, I have no inner voice at all. I can neither see nor hear the words in my head. I don't even know what my own voice sounds like unless I'm hearing it. And then the moment I stop speaking, I forget what it sounds like."
No shit.
It says, "When I speak or I write, I know the ideas I want to convey as abstract ideas. but I have no idea what actual words I'll use to convey them until I hear them come out of my mouth or I go back out loud.
That's fascinating.
This person is saying that they believe, because I went to this core as well, this person is saying that they believe it's impossible for the human brain to experience having no thoughts at all because it's said that people on average have about 70 thoughts per day.
Hmm.
No, there
Wait,
are times
70
I will tell you
thoughts?
right now. Ask
Wait,
any
wait,
man
wait,
out there.
wait.
There's a times where you have nothing going on.
Oh, my brain
70
is
thoughts a
always
day?
running. So I mean,
How
that's
does
what they're
that work?
saying. I don't
70?
know if
That
that's
doesn't make sense.
true. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but
The only time that
Because I'll
my
be,
brain actually shuts up is when I'm hyper focused on one thing.
my brain literally
yes.
never. I think it's part of my ADHD though. So
For me, it's gaming. Like when I'm playing Helldivers with you or with my friends or even a random group, I am so focused on that objective that
wait,
I don't worry about, oh shit, do I have to do this
wait.
tomorrow? Or you know what
What's
I mean? What?
Helldivers, and why haven't you guys invited me to
Oh my
play?
God. I can't believe it's a serious
It's a very serious. It's not even a game. It's a
Oh, I'm not
it's a life
serious.
decision. It's a life
I'm not
choice.
serious enough for you
Okay,
guys.
it's a
I just
life
don't think that
choice.
I don't think you're democratic enough for it.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
you don't.
We'll
Do you
talk
know
to
what
you. We'll
Super
talk to you
Earth?
about Helldivers after the show.
No, I'm interested now for real. I'm gonna Google
Oh
it.
shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about it though.
But when I'm in that, I'm so focused that I don't think about I don't think about anything.
Oh, it's like a shooting game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my
it's a liberation game. It's a game of freedom.
Oh,
We're
okay.
Mhm.
here to help
And democracy.
the world. That's right. We're trying to save the world here.
No,
We're
I
trying
do
to save
like
Super
I
Earth.
do like some shooting games for sure.
We
Anyways,
should do a Fat and Spicy in character fucking playing Helldivers.
We go out there and just what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, drop the bomb, dude.
have you guys ever played that game Metro what is it called?
I have not
Metro
played the
Boomin
Metro
wants some
series.
more. No, that's not it.
I got a good
Met-
friend of mine, Mr. GB, an old friend of
Metro
the show, used to play a lot
Exodus.
of. Yeah, he plays a lot of those. He just finished Exodus. He said it was great.
Loved it. Yeah, it was so much fun.
I don't play a lot of games. Sorry, guys.
There's a
You play
there's a
Helldivers.
chick
Yeah.
talking about these inner monologue.
Currently,
if you wanna
I'm
watch
currently
it.
playing Baldur's Gate.
Oh, you are.
No.
Oh, did you get yourself a nice hottie?
No,
You're
I'm
what?
trying to hook
My
up with
wife.
the ogre chick.
My wife's playing it, and she's trying to hook up with the vampire.
Of course she is, because everybody loves
Of
the
course she is.
vampire.
Everybody loves the vampire.
Love
That
the
voice.
vampire. I'm
Have
a
you ever
werewolf
watched?
kind of guy.
You need to ask her if she's ever watched any of those YouTube videos
Spicy,
of him
what's your
actually
favorite
like
old school
talking
monster?
about the being a vampire and that voiceover job that he
She
does.
Who's a vampire?
She watches a lot. I don't know what
Who was
she's
the vampire
doing,
in
but
the
I will
voiceover
ask her.
job?
I don't remember what his name is. Maybe she can tell us.
We'll have that answer next week. She's upstairs. She has a new
Oh, wait.
job. She has to get up at like 5 a.m. So she's already hitting.
Wait,
the
she did a voiceover job with a vampire?
No.
No.
Everybody's obsessed with this guy, the vampire in that Boulder's Gate, because he's got like a sexy voice apparently. And I was watching a YouTube.
Does he have a
about him
sexy
talking-
voice?
I mean, it's an accent, you know.
Yeah.
Is it like a Dracula accent? Like I want to suck your blood.
No.
Is it Paco sexy?
Nothing
Say
can beat
say it
Paco
say it in
sexy.
Paco. Say I want to suck your blood in Paco. Come on, I want to hear it.
Would you let me suck your blood, amigo?
See? Now that's sexy.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I got about a
Just a
quarter
little bit
stock off of that one, dude.
Does it come with tacos?
She's joking. She's joking.
To answer your question though, Jacob, favorite old school monster? I always loved the
Swamp Thing.
no, the other one, Creature from the Black Lagoon. My cousin,
Creature from
who's
the
10 years
Black
older.
Lagoon.
Yeah, I had a cousin who was 10 years older, and he loved watching that. That and Creep Show. I was watching Creep Show in the third grade. Freaked my
the
shit
first
out.
movie I think I remember watching that was an old school movie. That was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
With pods?
Yeah, the pod.
I never saw that. I've never seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
No, but
What
I think, like I said, I'm a werewolf kind of guy. I've always been.
Yeah, I do
You
like the werewolf movies.
you strike me as your favorite horror film being the Thriller video.
No, what? The Thriller
I'm just
video?
teasing you. I'm
The
just fucking with you.
Thriller.
It's right. That was a hell of a
Uh,
video back in the day, dude. When that came on, it was an event because that was like 9 minutes.
I like the Van Halen movie.
Which
was it
one, Van Helsing?
Van Helsing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, which one of those though? There was multiple of them.
All of them, I guess. I don't know. The first one.
The very first one that they came out with in was it the 90s?
If it's not for werewolves, the only other movies I watch are old ones. I love a good western film.
Did you like the American
Cowboys?
Werewolf in what was it in London?
You know,
American Werewolf in Paris.
yes,
American
I
Werewolf in
loved it.
Paris.
I saw the one in London, the old one,
Yeah.
when I was a kid. Freaked the shit out of me because I didn't realize until later when I watched it again as an adult that it's a fucking comedy.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London's a comedy. I didn't know that. So when I watched it again, I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, why was I terrified of this movie as a child? Also, I saw just recently I saw The Exorcist. Not scary. Not scary.
I'm not. See, the only thing I tell you, I don't watch movies like that. Whereas where you have people speaking in tongues or demonic Latin, it's because I don't want. I'm one of those people that believe the only time evil will enter your home is when you allow it in.
Yeah.
So no Ouija boards in your house?
No.
No, not gonna happen.
No, like I said,
Van Helsing with Hugh
my
Jackman.
brother,
That one was a good one.
Yes.
my brother, right now, literally the other day, he's sitting there, and he's been watching like scary movies in his room, and I was laying in my bed, and he comes in there, he's like, and he just comes in there, he's like, hey, like what? Did you knock on my door?
Oh, don't do that.
I said, no, they knock on your door. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, bro, I've been right here the whole time.
It was probably you.
No, it wasn't me. I'm too lazy to get up and do that.
Have you seen that?
One time, it's like get out for work. I'm done. But yeah, he's like, it was just like a little small little knock. He's like, fuck that. I'm not walking out. I'm not watching scary movies in my room anymore. I was like, I don't know.
That could just be the house settling or anything like that, you know?
House settling.
Did you see
So,
that
like I
werewolf
said,
movie? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, this is like I said, I'm just one of those people that believe, the evil walks within your house when you let it. You have to open it to allow it in. The same way that vampires can't come in without you letting them in.
Right.
I don't that's the thing, right? It's like, and I'll get to you. I'm sorry, Laws. Give me 1 second.
No, you're fine.
So you know me, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the devil, hell, demons, but I'm scared of them. Does that make sense? Like I don't believe in them, but like you
Where does
said,
that
it's
fear
like
come from, though?
I don't fucking know. I do know that okay, so little past on me.
If you don't believe in them,
I
how
went
do
to
you fear them?
well, that's where I'm getting to is
Oh, okay.
I grew up my whole life in Christian schools. And that's why I became an atheist later in life is like they never had the answers. Every school I went to had a different answer for the same fucking question. And I just got tired of it. But there was enough talk and fear put into you of the demons and this and that. And, the Catholic mythology, if you read into it, is full of all kinds of weird stuff. And it just always got under my skin. But as I became an atheist, I guess those childhood fears, just like the thing with the green eyes, I think it's the exact same phenomenon. It just never leaves you. It's just been so implanted as a child,
Yeah. No, I get that because when I was little, my brother used to scare the hell out of me. Period. But he would scare me when I was even in like water by myself too, and he'd be like, "Oh, don't go swimming in the pool by yourself. Something's gonna get you." Or
That thing will come out and grab you.
don't go
I'm
in the
gonna
lake
lie,
by
I'm scared.
yourself.
I'm scared of the beach because one time I was swimming and a condom hit me in the face.
No way.
Gross.
Are you serious?
Yeah, none did serious.
Well, I have a funny story
Plus, I
actually
don't
about
like
something
salty
hitting you in the
water.
face.
Wait,
My
what?
brother went. He used to live down in Colombia, South America, for like 6 years, right? And he came back for a visit, and he told us that he was on the beach one day, and he had to take a shit, and so he went out into the ocean to take a shit, and he said, "I thought I was in the clear, but a wave came." He said he got
Tossed it
smacked.
back on shore. Oh, it hit him? That's
It
funny.
hit him.
That's what he gets.
I've never taken a dump in the ocean. I can say that.
That's-
He called it
I
an
could say that.
aqua
That's a
dump.
little weird.
It's an aqua dump.
I'm sorry. I don't. How you gonna wipe? You gonna let the beach ain't gonna wipe you?
How do you
No,
push
he's
in
in the
the
way. You
ocean?
can just
I
put
don't
his
even know.
hand down
That
there
doesn't
and
mean
scrub it out.
anything. That doesn't
It's
mean
like being in the shower.
You just reached out and just rub.
Just scrub it out. You're fucking in the ocean.
Up, you
Just
sick
just
fuck.
pick up a starfish. You'll be fine.
Or when you
You
get back on the
get a
beach, you can
handful
just
of sand. It's gritty enough. It'll get a crab when it can grab.
Ew.
no, man. You've never spit on a piece of toilet paper.
Spice,
The old Alabama wet wipe.
Oh,
Doesn't
The
Look,
like
I
when
have
Alabama
you
wet
sit
wipe.
on it,
I
doesn't
have
it,
done
like,
some shit
fall
to get some
apart?
toilet paper. Like I have crumbled up a piece of paper, crumbled it up, and opened it up, crumbled it up until it turned really soft. Like I have done that, okay. But I've used my socks like before, but I have never ever just left it there or just
You've
wipe
used
with my
your
hand. That is
socks.
great.
Well, have you ever
Yeah,
gone? Have you ever
you
gone
ever
shit to
out in the
shower?
woods? Boys grow up a lot, and they grow up. Well, when my generation, we were in the woods a lot,
I
especially
was
when
in
we
the
had our
woods a
airsoft
lot when
guns
I
and
was
BB
young.
guns.
I was in the woods a
Well,
lot with
that's
my brothers.
for different reasons.
Oh.
We weren't cooking meth on there, moonshine.
God damn it, dude! Why you hate her?
We were
I'm
getting
just- I'm
lost
just
in the
messing.
woods a lot, playing. It
Uh,
was fun.
yeah, but that's what we were. And like, but when I say we used to drift far from home, we would drift far from home. Like, and you say you gotta go, and you're not gonna make it back to the house in time. I'm sorry to tell you. Might as well go ahead and spend that time finding a good log you can squat over.
I've done that. I've done that once. Where you hang your ass over a log.
Yeah.
You just grab some
Yeah, I've done that
leaves.
once.
You just grab
I knew I
make
was
sure whatever
going
you're
out
grabbing
there.
onto, it's good enough to hold you up because the last thing you want to do is fall back.
Well, we were out on a hikey thing, and I knew I had to go, so I just grabbed a handful of like Wendy's napkins before I went.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, you were thinking you were when
I was thinking
you were
ahead. I
weren't
didn't.
you?
It wasn't an emergency like where I
Were
was
you
going to
older
crap
then?
myself on the spot. Yeah, I was in my 20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we were kids, like we were just out there with our little BB guns, and we're out there, and that's all we got. It's a couple of ammos, and that's it.
My
Good
brother
thing you
went
didn't
shit
grab
in the
a
woods.
handful
and
of poison ivy.
that's what he did.
Oh man, dude, I've had some run-ins with poison ivy, but I think the worst run-ins I've ever had was with wasps.
You had a
I thought
wasp
one day.
attack?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he can't see without his glasses. No. I'm sorry.
That's so
Oh no,
bad.
no. But
Macaulay.
anyway, so when I was young, I was like, I want to say I was like 7 or 8, man, 9 years old. So I was young and dumb. I thought it'd be cool to pee on a wasp nest. Let's just
Like
say I
it was
had
was it
big,
one of it was
big balls.
it was
That
one of the
week.
wasp's nests that were in the ground, right? Like the hole in the
No,
ground?
it was attached to like on the trailers. They had the porch, and they had on the bottom of them porches. Some people
Oh
would
yeah,
cover
yeah,
it with like
yeah.
siding, but instead of the
That
siding, it was like that
lattice.
wooden fence. Yeah, that fencing, kind of like
Mhm.
wooden that was crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it was just hanging there, and I was just like, you know what, I got it. I was trying to knock it down, and no, they did not like that. They came out. And, I was crying with my pants down, all the way to the
Did
neighbor's house.
did they get you all down there?
Yeah, no, my balls were swole up, done.
No shit. How many stings did you get?
I don't know. I didn't count. I just know I had really swollen balls, and I was crying.
I didn't count.
It's not like I'm like, you got me here, here.
Jesus. How do you tell your parents about that? Just look at my
You
dick.
go out. I mean, at that point, you're crying. You don't care. You're just like, I ran over there. I was like butt naked. I was like, hey, you bit me.
How old were you?
I was like 7, 8. We used
I
to
was
go out there.
about that age.
We used to pee on the electric fence.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that. I didn't pee on it, but I
You would
didn't
touch
know it
it,
was electrified. I put my foot on it
and we
and
would
I
try
got
to
a
jump
shock
over
of
it.
my life. Nah, fuck that. I wasn't playing with it. I didn't mean to do it.
No, we
If I would have known
were
it was.
dumb. We were dumb country kids. There's no shame in that.
And now you wonder why the
we,
Fat and Spicy show is the way it is.
we had to entertain ourselves. We didn't have toys outside.
See,
We used
that's
to ride around. We used to ride around on our bikes and like grab a stick and like we would ride up and see who you would try not to let the other guy throw a stick in your back tire or your front tire.
the part of childhood that I never got. Was like going out and doing that, screwing around with your friends. Like I said, there were no kids in my neighborhood. There was a lot of older people. I was kind of by myself. So I'd ride my bike around the neighborhood, but I never got into adventures like that, Like the electric fence thing when I put my foot on, it was my aunt's house. She had a little kind of a
Oh
farm.
yeah.
You know, so
That's
that was an accident.
Don't
I've
worry.
never
We'll go out
got
there. We'll go out there and jump
man.
over some electric fences, man.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm good, man. I'm okay at this
I'm
age.
good. I'm great.
Dude, I'd turn my prostate into a coconut. No, I'm good.
Oh, guys, but we have definitely went past the mark, guys. We appreciate you guys
Oh
being here for the
shit, dude. We've
episode.
gone an hour 18.
Yeah, we definitely went past the mark, guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, man. This has been episode 75 of Touchin Chilies. Guys, don't forget to please like, follow, share, subscribe, guys. If you haven't, tell your friends. If your mom has a Twitch, tell her to follow us.
Yeah, man. Have her click.
But we're also, remember, guys, we're also live. We also stream on YouTube. Follow us there. Also, YouTube has all of our old episodes.
And the behind the pint.
Over 70 episodes, guys, of nothing but great content. And
Yeah.
Kick, we just started streaming on Kick. Please, if you got a Kick account, go over there and give us a like. That's all we ask. Don't forget about Behind the Pint with Shaggy. Is coming out. We're gonna be working on that. That will be out soon. But go back and you can see Russell and you can see Yusuf. So
yeah.
a great two great RPers, you know.
Two great
hear
friends,
about their
too.
stories. You know, one growing up, you know, in the military, and Yusuf growing up, you know, with an
In the
American
Middle
dream.
East. Yeah. Hoping for it.
That's it, man.
And I miss talking to you. I know we went over, but this has been a lot of fun, dude. I miss us just getting back to basics.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, guys. But if you guys ever have any suggestions, please, we're gonna drop you that Discord. Join the Discord if you want to be a guest. We don't mind. You don't have to be a character. If you just want to be on here with us and sit right here next to us, we would be more than happy to have.
Yeah.
So if hey, if that's what you want, just all by all means join Discord. Let us know. Drop it in the general chat. Make it known, and we'll make it
That's all
happen.
there is to it.
Last but not least, guys, this has been Phat
And Spicy.
This is the Phat and Spicy Show. We love you.
So we got the wheel working, dude. I can't wait to get
Yeah,
that shit.
no, yeah, definitely gonna put that on the add some more things. I think what we should do is kind of make it to where it's